In terms of the pathogenesis, I think that it's pretty clear now, whether again it's PD or any other neurodegenerative disorders, that we need to approach it from many fronts. There is a element of multicellularity that call for maybe different mechanism and different concept, but there is also temporality. I think that don't forget that the neurodegenerative process is a progressive mechanism, and the type of molecular cascade that are engaged in the process may not be identical when you are at the very early stage of the disease, where you still have a lot of neurons, for example, reasonably healthy and functional, versus the stage that you have lost already the majority of the populations. So are the strategies, the treatment, the way we have to approach the concept the same? I don't think so. I think that we may have, as I said, to think about strategies and research really from a temporal and multicellular approach, which of course add many variables and complexity to the system. And so where the research is going, I think that it's two-front. One, of course, to go after alteration in lipids, for example, or protein. Don't forget that many of the neurodegenerative disorders are proteinopathies. And so that it's telling us something. And we have to understand not necessarily to only clear those abnormal protein deposits, but also why they form and can we prevent that of happening. That's one thing. But the other important thing is to develop technologies that will be able to have the temporal and the cellular resolutions that give us an insight into the heterogeneity, the temporality of the phenomenon. For many years, including in my lab, we have looked at what I call bulk. In other words, to look at once for everything. And I think that that's probably too naive, not enough resolutions to have a correct insight. Now we start to move in both spatial transcriptomics and other technique to look at with the resolutions not only at the cellular level, but also where those cells are located in the nervous system, for example, and try to go after the map of these alterations and adapt your strategies, your research, and your concept to which cells are you talking about, where those cells are located, and at what time. And so I think that, to me, going forward, concepts are there. Really, where I see the breakthrough would be on technology that will allow us to give this, to obtain this resolution.